Hi, my name is Robert Hernandez from Third Party Test. The game I'm going to show you is Croc the Legend of Gobos on level 1B2. If you turn Croc 180 degrees around at the very beginning of the level, if you walk to the rock and stomp on it, a secret area will appear below. In the secret area there are 5 hearts that you can continue to accumulate if you've already beat the level. Each heart will give you 1 life, and you can keep returning to this area until you accumulate a total of 98 lives.
My name is Chad Watson. I work for the TIP team here at Sony Computer Entertainment. We're going to be playing Jet Moto 2. I'm going to show you a shortcut that is in roller side. After the turnaround of the big tent, if you hit that just right, that is not just right. It's a very narrow shortcut. If you, I missed it. If you hit it just right between, hit between the Chef Boyardee sign and the Kawasaki sign just right. If you're racing against a bunch of riders, you can pass them all up in that area, because you miss the whole circle loop thing that goes on. And this is also kind of cool. Ta-da.
Hi, my name is John Diamond and I'm a third-party tester. The cool code I want to show today is from the game Pitfall 3D. At the password screen, if you type in Crane's Baby, you get an extra special surprise. It's the original Pitfall Harry from the early 80s.
Hi, my name is Christian Davis. Was the lead tester for Spyro the Dragon. Today's cool tip is on Spyro. It's on the treetops level, where we'll be showing you how to get to that last platform that's so tough to get to. While you do these next series of jumps, you'll want to be holding down the square button and pressing X at the very end of the ramp to get the most height. From this platform right here, you want to supercharge down the ramp, jump at the end. When you reach the next platform, immediately turn right, jump to the next platform, jump again to your right, go up the wrong way to this supercharged platform, jump at the end, one last platform, jump, and a long glide will take you there. Our next tip for you is in the Peacekeepers world, Clifftown.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here.
When you glide across the river, you get to the dragon that tells you about being at the highest point in the level. If you jump off, glide around to your right, you can glide behind the building you first started in and collect the gems there. Our next tip for you today is on the Peacekeepers level, sub-level Ice Caverns. Right from the very start level, if you walk out onto the platform right in front of you and do a blind jump and glide around the mountain to your right, you'll end up on a platform with 3 extra lives. That might come in handy.
The Platinum Relics are somewhat of a hidden feature. There's no mention of the Platinum Relics in the game manual. The only way you'll find them is by playing through and doing the best you can yourself. After you complete the game, collecting all 25 crystals, and defeat the final boss, Neo Cortex, you receive the running shoes. With the running shoes, that allows you to go back to the game, complete all the levels that you've already done, and make attempts at collecting the Platinum Relics. They're pretty difficult to get. They take the running shoes as well as a perfect run through the level. Now when I say perfect run, I mean timing. Some of the levels, when you start the level, require a certain timing to complete it perfectly throughout the rest of the level. So you'll run into the perfect timing of the water rising and falling. Stick to the ground, run, to not let go of the run button at all. To hold it through the entire level and no pausing. Cut as many corners as you can. Whether it requires you sticking to the wall and running along the wall, or jumping corners and levels where it switches from a forward to a side-scrolling area. Not getting stuck on any sort of boxes, edges, hitting any enemies, taking any damage, falling in any holes. Lessening your jump time in the air. Another tip is to familiarize yourself with the level as best as possible. You need to know what's coming and how to react to what's coming.
The cool move that I'll be demonstrating is for Dragon Seed by Jellicle. What I'm going to be doing is copy an existing save to a memory card that does not have a Dragon Seed save on it. You have to use both controllers to select the saved game to load. Then use that save to fight both copies against each other in versus battle mode. Bet all of your money, have one surrender. The victor will have twice the money they started out with. The winner gets double their money. You go back to the memory manager, delete the loser save, and recopy over the winner save, and you keep the cycle going over and over again and keep doubling the money on one save. Once you've accumulated enough money in versus battle mode, go ahead and continue story mode and beat the game.
This cool move is for Metal Gear Solid. The cool move will allow you to have auto-aim capabilities for your FAMAS rifle. Now to do this, you're going to have to beat the game in any level. And during the game, you're going to have to survive the tortures of Revolver Ocelot. Once you beat the game, you get the bandana. The bandana gives you unlimited ammo for all the weapons. Once you go back into the game, you go to the armory, to basement level 2, and you find the room with the FAMAS weapon. Make sure you don't get caught by the infrared sensors here. Now once you get the FAMAS weapon, equip it, shoot all your bullets till it gets to these red bullets. Now these red bullets are called tracer bullets, and these tracer bullets give your gun auto-aim capabilities. Now to get it all the time, equip the bandana. Now you have unlimited tracer bullets. Now you don't have to aim. The gun aims automatically.
What this cool move does is it enables you to power up your weapons to its maximum potential, be it lasers or guided missiles. What I'm doing now is collecting the power-up, then pausing the game, highlighting and selecting Stage Select, pressing X to reload the stage. Using this technique, you can collect 3 power-ups until your weapon's maxed out. It gives you a better advantage, especially against the level end bosses.
Hi, my name is Lance with Capcom. I'm a game counselor. The cool thing I'm going to show you today for a Resident Evil 2 DualShock is called the Extreme Battle Mode. What you got to do before you get the Extreme Battle Mode is either win Leon B or Claire B. Once you win the game, you got to let the credits roll, and once the credit roll, it will give you an option to save the Extreme Battle Mode, and that's when you choose yes. And what you do on your next game is you either put in the Claire or the Leon disc, load the game, then go into the arrange data, hit the X button, and there you have it. Extreme Battle Mode is a battle mode where you have to get to the police station and disarm all 4 bombs. And what you do, in order for you to get there, you gotta pick up ammos during the way. You start out with the most powerful weapons, the shotgun, the Magnum, and your regular handgun. And from there, you have to go all the way back to the police station and defuse the bombs.
The cool move I'll be demonstrating is for the game Scars by Vivid Image. You go into the options settings screen, and in the password you enter ALLVID, A-L-L-V-I-D. This will open all of the cars that you would have to normally earn through the game, and all the tracks and all of the challenge modes. Next I will be racing the ski track and showing you a shortcut that will cut 30% out of the track and give you an added advantage against the computer. On the ski track, you go under the gondola hood, over to this first fence. 3 sections over, there's a space you can drive through. As you go straight, you have to watch for the walls. If you hit them, the computer will bounce you back out. But if you make it, you shortcut 30% off the track, and this can give you an added advantage against it. On the rally track, after the second bridge, there is also another shortcut that will take roughly 40 to 60% off of the track. A much larger advantage. If you can find it, it'll also help you.
The cheat I'm showing you today is for Civilization 2, published by Activision. And what it is it's a money cheat that lets you get a lot of cash without having to tax your people and stuff like that, and you can buy all sorts of great stuff. So, all right, you can do this anytime throughout the game. Go to the city menu, select any of your cities. You go to rename. You go down to delete. Delete the name of your city. Doesn't matter what the name is. Then you go to enter name. You do an underline here. Capital C. Small a. Small s. Then you hold R1 while you make your capital H. And then you just triangle out. And you have a ton of gold. And now, what you do with that is you can go to buy whatever you're building. It doesn't matter what. Go to complete it, and you can complete stuff in one turn, and you can conquer the world. And that's how you do it. And you can do it over and over again with any city you want once you do it. So, and that's how you do it.
Hi, my name is Lance Liu with Capcom. I'm a game counselor, and one of the moves I'm going to show you here today is for Street Fighter Alpha 3. It's going to be a custom combo of 40 hit with Vizum Dazim. What I do basically is that I use the jab, which is the square, and the short, which is the X. Then do the slide, then the fireball motion, slide, fireball motion, slide. The secret to pulling off this move is that you got to get them in the corner in the first place. And once you get them in the corner, you just initiate square X, 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 square X. Keep on doing it. Keep it at a steady pace and you can get a good 40 hit. That should be enough damage to kill your opponent.
I'm going to show you a cool move on Tomb Raider 3 on Thames Wharf, the first level of England, where you can skip the level in about a minute versus the 4 hours it would normally take. What you want to do, you want to head down to the first catwalk, run down the catwalk a short ways, turn around, and jump over the roof in front of you. This will take Laura to the area leading to the first secret. Hop up on the block and climb up onto the roof above her. Walk to the edge, and you'll want to jump down to this area down here. Turn around and run straight down the catwalk to the open area. At this point, it'd be a good idea to save, since it will take you a couple tries to get over the barbed wire. It's a good idea to have full energy when you do this, because when you land, you're going to lose virtually all your energy. If you happen to jump too early and travel over the fence at the wrong angle, you're going to land on the barbed wire every time. You need to go straight out on the catwalk and turn virtually at a 90-degree angle and jump straight over the fence. So you lose a lot of energy. And once you're done with that, you just jump back up here and proceed to the end of the level.
In the level Papu's Pyramid of Crash Team Racing, there's a hairpin turn at the end of the level that you can totally bypass by using this shortcut. Take a look. Keep in mind you're either going to need an Aku Aku or Uka Uka mask or a turbo boost to make it. Once you get the mask, save it for here. Right at the end of the wall, activate your mask and do a 180 turn over to the other side of the track. So there it is. The cool move I'm going to show you today is the corkscrew turn from Laguna Seca on Gran Turismo 2. Basically, the corkscrew turn is one of the hardest turns to execute. What you need to do is approach it towards the right-hand side or more the outside lane. slow down, shift it to a lower gear, and drop down. And you can cut a little bit without being penalized for taking that turn. So give it a shot. One of the new added features on Gran Turismo 2 is the rally mode. The difference between this and the regular road race is the handling of the cars. Basically, since it is a dirt mode, you would have to take the turns a little bit earlier and use your brakes earlier in order to make your car drift. So you would drift through a turn rather than slow down and take a turn. It takes some time to master, so give it a shot.
In Spyro 2, there are a couple tricky points. One is the Fracture Hills level where you have to save Spinner's friend. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and show you a really cool move on how to unleash your friend from behind the door. Hold down the square button to reach this super speed power-up right here, because the object here is to follow this pathway and through the various doors, and you can't stop or get hit once, because if you do, you lose the super speed power-up and you have to start over again. Go through that portal there, and over this little narrow bridge, and jump at the last second right here and break down the door. And her friend will be right there for you.
Oh, thank goodness you broke that door down.
Once you save Spinner's friend, you'll get an orb. Now that you've seen it on video, good luck.
In my job, I get a lot of calls from customers on Siphon Filter, level 14, the Stronghold Catacombs. In this level, you have to follow a scientist to the cell where Fagin is being held. And there are a few things you must not do in this level if you're going to complete it successfully. You got to only use your silenced weapons in this level. It's very important to go down the left-hand corridor here. There's a right-hand corridor, but it'll just lead you around in circles. Then you set about following the scientist. One of the most important things about this level is to let the scientist get a good head start on you, because you're going to trigger certain enemies along the path. If you have to take those enemies out and the scientist can see what's going on, you're going to lose the level because he'll be alerted to your presence. So as you see here, I'm taking out the guards while the scientist is safely out of sight and out of earshot. Now this is where a lot of people slip up on this level. The scientist stops and talks to two guards down at the end of the hall. We'll look here through the sniper rifle viewer. It's very important that these two guards are not killed. I repeat, not killed. If you kill these two guards, just about anything you do after that, it won't matter. You're going to lose. The scientist remains down at the end of the hall and is close enough that the murdered guards do in fact alert him to your presence. Even if it doesn't end the level immediately, you will not be able to end the level when you reach the door. So instead of killing the two guards, we're going to sneak down the hallway. And I do stress sneak. You must hold down the X button and move slowly. Now these guys aren't too bright. They're a little drowsy because you can get this close and then just go down the right-hand corridor and they never see you. And those guards won't give you any more trouble as long as you don't double back this way. Through the rest of the level, you're just going to have to take out anybody in your path quietly without the scientist around. And this guard here around the corner, the last guard you're going to need to take out in this level, can be very tricky. What I always try to do is peer around the corner to get him on my radar. You can now see the green dot moving towards me on my radar, and I can level my gun and take him out as he comes around the corner. And if everything goes right, you'll never even see the scientist at the door because it'll fade to black and you'll see a movie clip. This is a cool move for Siphon Filter, level 15, Farcom Warehouse. In this level, you have to locate viral carriers and tag them. And I talked to a surprising number of people who can't seem to figure out how to tag the viral carriers. When you get the first checkpoint, when you find Erickson, you do find a viral scanner. To locate the bodies, equip your viral scanner, and then go press the L1 button, so you'll look through the viral scanner. Now there's a body, we've located it, but as far as tagging it goes, you absolutely positively must turn off the scanner. And then go to where you saw the body, stand on top of the crate, and simply press the triangle button, thereby tagging the body, obtaining a checkpoint, and one of the objectives of the game. And that's how you scan a viral carrier in Siphon Filter, level 15, Farcom Warehouse.
Today I'm going to show you one of the coolest areas in Twisted Metal 4. The level is Neon City. There's a really cool secret area in this level that you can get a lot of weapons and power-ups, but it is hard to get to. Let me show you how it's done. Basically what you want to do is look for the train tracks and follow it all the way up the tunnel, just like this. Collect the power-ups on the way up. When you get to the top, slow down a little bit collect the health, and turn around. Look for that little warp point and just go forward. See this ramp right here? What you want to do is you want to turbo off this ramp into the room on the other side. Now that you're in this hidden room, what you want to do is you want to face this wall right here. Move forward and on top of the helicopter launch pad. Now the helicopter will pick you up. We'll start taking you to a hidden area. On your way, shoot all the enemies below you. Once the helicopters drop you off, move forward into the secret area. Collect all the weapons and power-ups here. When you've gotten all the power-ups, go to the jump pad to exit the secret area. And that's how it's done.
This cool move is from Medieval 2, the level Greenwich Observatory. I'm going to show you how to solve a puzzle just inside the docks area. In the docks area, you'll come to a room with 4 switches. Each of these switches has a meter above it, and you can change the positions of the meters by using your hammer on the switches. The solution to this puzzle is actually in the next room, and can only be seen if you stand here where it glows blue, hold down L1 and triangle to remove Dan's head, then press L1 and triangle again to switch to the point of view of Dan's head. Once this is done, you can press the R2 and L2 buttons to look inside the chamber and see the solution to the puzzle. Here we can see that you need to set the first and second switches to the full position and the third and fourth switches to the barely full positions. The key to this puzzle is losing your head. Then we can press L1 and triangle to return to control of Dan's body and set the switches to the correct positions. The solution to the puzzle is random each time you play the game, so you'll have to do this yourself to solve this puzzle in Greenwich Observatory. And that's how it's done.
In the racing game Speed Punks, there's a really cool shortcut you can use to beat Cosworth in the Cosworth Challenge. Check it out. From the starting point, race forward along the intended pathway here, and take a sharp right turn along a dirt path. As you approach this ramp, you're going to notice there's some turbos you can pick up. Once you grab them, press R2, jump to this ledge here, and into this waterfall. This is totally opposite the way Cosworth is going, but that's great because you're actually cutting across half the track. Once you exit the little secret area, you'll be right back on the track, right in front of the finish line. There you go. Try it yourself.
In the game Tomba 2, there's a pretty tough event to complete called the Precious Ring. In this event, a miner asks you to collect a ring that he dropped from the pipe in the large mine underground pipe area. The tricky part is actually getting to the ring. It's located in a hidden room at the bottom of the underground mines area. Now I'm going to show you exactly where to find that. As soon as you start the event, you want to come back here to the underground mine entrance. Equip your squirrel clothes. And when you have that done, you make your way to the right, all the way over to this first chain here. And you want to jump off the chain and then glide downwards until the screen shifts just slightly south like that. Then start flapping your wings towards this middle dirt path there, and then you will fall into the secret room if you have the right spot. Inside the secret room, pick up the small mud clump, jump on the red platform, and hit the blue switch to return to the top. From here it's pretty simple. Just return to the coal mining town through this door ahead. And when you arrive on the other side, you're going to follow the path, go up the 2 flights of stairs here, and enter the underground machine room. Once inside, walk over to the washing machine and use a small mud clump from your inventory. Place it into the washing machine, and after this sequence right here, it will actually emerge as the precious ring. Take that ring back to the miner at the entrance and you'll complete the event. Good luck.
Perhaps one of the hardest puzzles in Wild Arms 2 is the Rising Pillar puzzle in the Holst Ruin Mines. The object here is to place a bomb on all 4 pillars so they rise at the same time. This puzzle can be a little tricky. Let me show you how it's done. Start off by placing a bomb on this pillar right here and quickly running to the next pillar. Repeat this process on all 4 pillars, making sure there's a bomb placed on all 4 of them. And that's how it's done.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Cool Moves. This week we'll look into Spyro, Year of the Dragon. I'm going to show you how to get on top of the temple in Frozen Altars. Make your way from the beginning of the level, up this staircase, and around this corner, where you'll come to a ledge you can glide from. From here you can glide onto the temple. Just line yourself up on this corner, with the corner of the temple in view, then charge over the edge, jump, glide, and flutter at the end to get on top of the temple wall. From here, you can make your way to the top of the temple, or you can glide to another egg, and that's how it's done.
Here's a cool move for the level Farcom Expo Center in the game Siphon Filter 2. Now the troubling part is getting through the ventilation shaft immediately following the second checkpoint without alerting the guards nearby. I'm going to show you how it's done. Starting here immediately after you acquire your second checkpoint, you want to climb up into the ventilation shaft and then follow it as it winds around the many different corners. What we're looking for here is the 3 ventilation grates. What we want to concentrate on is the second or the middle ventilation grate. That's where we'll get a clear view of the GI. Once again, not this ventilation grate, that's the first one, but the second one, which is right here. First thing we need to do is go ahead and shoot out the ventilation grate with our pistol. Okay, then you see a GI right down there. Now we need to go in and equip our crossbow because it uses tranquilizer darts. It's very important that we do not kill the GI because that will fail the mission. We do not want to shoot the GI in the head because that will also kill the guard, which once again we do not want to do. Shoot him anywhere else on the body with your crossbow. That'll take him out. And you want to continue down through the ventilation shaft until you reach the final grating. Switch back to your 9mm pistol, shoot that out, and then drop down to the floor below. And that's how you get through the ventilation shaft without alerting all the GIs.
Here's a cool move to get off the rooftop in the New York slums level for Siphon Filter 2. What you want to do here is come up onto this fan. Make sure you select a powerful weapon with enough ammo. You have a couple of guards up here that you're going to want to take out. Go ahead and take them easily out with headshots. Have one there on the level, the rooftop that you're on, and the one below. Pick up any flak jackets and ammo that they have. Then come over here to this ledge on top of the roof. Turn around and drop down below. And use your L1 button to see an awning down below that says Clean Rooms, Low Rates. Drop down to that area there, and this will get you down into the street area in the New York slums level, so you can go ahead and continue on. And that's how it's done.
This cool move is for Legend of Dragoon. I'm going to show you how to open the locked chest in the Phantom ship. Here we go. In the Phantom ship, there is a chest that says evil may come to the person who attempts to open the treasure chest. There's a combination lock on this chest. To get the combination, leave the room where the treasure chest is. Go down to the lower right-hand corner of the screen, and then make your way over to the staircase that leads down to the lower deck of the ship. In the lower deck of the ship, you'll find a hallway filled with ghosts and several doorways you can enter. You must fight your way through the ghosts in the hallway to get to the door all the way in the far right-hand side of the hallway. Once you get into the room at the end of the hall, make your way into the upper right-hand corner of the room, where there's a small sparkling bit on the floor. Press the X button to inspect this, and you'll be visited by 4 ghosts. Each ghost will tell you a different number. Take note of these numbers. For 3 of these 4 numbers are the solution to the combination. Now that you're equipped with the clues that'll help you solve the combination lock, make your way back through the hallway to the upper deck of the ship. The first time you attempt to open this chest, you'll get 10 tries. If you're unsuccessful in choosing the combination within 10 tries, the chest will lock up on you, and you'll have to go get new clues from the ghosts in the lower deck. Using the numbers that the ghosts in the lower deck of the ship told you, rearrange the numbers until you find the correct combination. Whenever you input the incorrect combination, you might see 3 dots appear on screen afterwards. This indicates that 1 or more of the numbers you chose was the correct number and was in the correct position for the combination. This will help you know you're on the right track when you're trying to figure out the combination. And that's how to open the combination chest inside the Phantom ship on Legend of Dragoon. You can repeat this up to 6 times, but each time you do, the chest will reset, which means you'll have to go below decks and get new clues from the ghosts. You'll also get fewer and fewer times to input the numbers before the combination resets each time. Good luck!
In this segment of Cool Moves, I'm going to show you how to get past the Norse God puzzle in the Spiral Tower for Wild Arms 2. Let me show you how it's done. First of all, when you come to this room, you'll notice that there are 7 plates. You must hit these 7 plates in a certain order in order to open up the door to the next room. The first plate that you want to activate will be this one right here, the one that talks about the mother's face. The second plate you want to hit will be this one over here, the one that talks about 2. The third plate you want to hit is going to be this one. Here's where you're going to want to press the 4th plate. Here's the 5th plate. The 6th plate. And lastly, the 7th plate. And as you can see, that will open up the door. And that's how it's done.
This cool move is for Fanavision for the PlayStation 2 game console. What I'm about to show you is in multiplayer mode, how you can use the power-up to not only detonate the flares that are on your side of the screen, but also obtain the flares that have yet to be detonated on player 2's side of the screen. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a circular icon. What you want to do is capture this icon in conjunction with 2 similar colored flares. Once you detonate this combination, it'll initiate a sequence which switches the screen, not only detonating the flares which are on your side of the screen, but also giving you the flares that are on player 2's side of the screen, putting you at an advantage. And this is a cool move for Fanavision. Have fun with it. What I'm about to show you is some basic gameplay techniques for Fanavision for the PlayStation 2 game console. I'll show you them. Basically what you want to do in this game is capture at least 3 consecutive flares in order to get a detonation. When you catch these 3 consecutive flares, what they need to be is all the same color. So right now I have all blues. During the game, what you want to do, even though it sometimes gets a little frantic, what you want to do is just pace yourself and try to get at a minimum of 3 explosions at a time. That way it gives you time to think about what's coming up next and setting off your next explosion. So right here I have 3 oranges. I'll set them all off. If you don't have 3 consecutive ones like I have right now, it's always safe to just capture and then release them. This is a technique called dribbling. What this allows you to do is keep the flares on screen longer. That way you can create more complex combinations with different colors and making a more spectacular fireworks display. With these multi-flares, the flares with the little dots around them, this green one right here, if you capture one of those and detonate it, it releases into smaller flares. What you can do then is hit the circle button yet again and detonate them, giving you more time to set up your next explosion. These are just some basic gameplay techniques that'll help you get through the game and hopefully get through hard mode. Hope you use them well.
The cool move I'm going to show you is for the game Madden 2001 for the PlayStation 2. And it's a technique I call the Madden misdirection run. And here's how you do it. First of all, pick a good running play. I usually like to choose a halfback toss or sweep. That's going to allow my running back to run far and wide to the outside. When you see the defender coming at you, draw him in one direction, and the last second, cut back the other way down the sideline for a big gain. The defense has a hard time with any sudden moves in direction. You do this move over and over again, you'll get at least 300 to 400 yards per game.
I'm going to show you a cool move for the new snowboarding game for the PlayStation 2 called SSX. These are shortcuts that you can find throughout the tracks that'll shave time off your score as well as unlock new tracks for you. As you're traveling down the track, you'll notice glass signs on the side that say SSX. Head for those and break through. Some are easy to get and some are a lot more challenging. As you can see here, I'm not on the regular track. These shortcuts will save you a lot of time. You'll find 3 or 4 of these shortcuts per course. So whenever you see the SSX sign, aim for it, bust through it, and shave time off your record, earn gold medals, and new tracks.
Hi, I'm CJ Canoy with 989 Sports, and I'll be showing you some cool moves with NBA Shootout 2001 for the PlayStation 2. We have Los Angeles Lakers at the Sacramento Kings. I'll be taking Jason Williams to pass on over to Chris Webber, the All-Star power forward, and we'll take you through some special moves to get a good look at the basket. Jason Williams here is holding down the square button to protect the ball from the opposing point guard Ron Harper. He's looking with icon passing, which is the L2 button, a pass on over to Chris Webber, the power forward. Chris will set up in the low post here. With the triangle button, you can face up and strafe. So I'm holding down triangle here. I'm going to go ahead and with the bottom 2 shoulder buttons, fake right and fake left respectively. I'm going to set Horace Grant up to the left, and I'm going to go around to the right and attack the basket for a slam. What happened here is all this you see here is all button combinations of holding down the triangle button and using your bottom 2 shoulder buttons to go left and right. And those are some cool moves for NBA Shootout 2001 for the PlayStation 2.
Hi, my name is Eddie Cram. I'm here to show you a cool move today for NCAA Game Breaker 2001 on the PlayStation 2. What I'm going to show you today is total control passing to help you with your passing game on offense. What you do is, when I get to the line of scrimmage, I'm going to hit the L2 button to bring up the total control passing icon. What this is going to do is it's going to allow me to lead the receiver any direction I press on the D-pad, just like that. And that is how you perform total control passing on NCAA Game Breaker 2001 on the PlayStation 2. Hi, my name is Eddie Cram. I'm here to show you a cool move today for NCAA Game Breaker 2001 on the PlayStation 2. What I'm going to show you today is on defense. You can shift your defensive line depending on where you think the play might go before the snap of the ball. So when on defense, you can press L2 and left or right to shift the defensive line to go in the direction that you think the play might go.
Straight ahead. Oh, the ball carrier almost popped that. The big old defender took his legs.
And that is how you shift your defensive line on NCAA Game Breaker 2001 for the PlayStation 2.
Hi, the cool move I'd like to show you today is for the PlayStation 2 game called Silent Scope. This is a cool move that PC players will appreciate because you can use a USB device such as a mouse to control the crosshairs while you play the game. One of the things I like to do is with my left hand use the L1 button on the DualShock controller to zoom in and out. With my right hand, I'll use it to aim the crosshairs and to fire my rifle. I find that this will give me more control in creating headshots and gunshots, which results in higher points.
Take him out and save the president's daughter. Over.
See how easy that was? Now you give it a try. Hi, I'd like to show you a cool move from Silent Scope, a PlayStation 2 game. Later on in the game, there are some night missions which makes it difficult to see enemies in the dark. What I like to do is turn up the brightness on the television so you can see all the detail in the background and the enemies aren't hard to see. Let me show you. Turn up the brightness on the television.
the main power supply box to confuse the enemies.
See how easy that was? Now you give it a try.
Hi, I have a cool move for SSX for the PlayStation 2. Now at the beginning of the Tokyo Megaplex stage, there's a fan that blows your racer up to the next part of the stage. Now the camera angle may try to fool you, but you do actually have full control of your character during this airtime. Now you can use this airtime to really rack up a really high score that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. The fan comes up fairly quick in the stage. In fact, it's right here. Now you lose sight of your character, but as you can see, the score keeps racking up, and if you continue doing moves, you can get a really, really high score. In fact, you can actually rail, like I did right here, and get a really high score.
Checkpoint!
And that's pretty much it. Give it a try. I know you'll get a great score.